Alright, so here we have a new figure for you. I wanted to say masterpiece. He's not quite a masterpiece. Kingdom Dinobot. Yes. Now I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and since he comes packaged in robot mode, I thought I would try transforming him to Dinobot, or Dino mode first, and then back to robot mode, and we'll talk about each mode as we get there. So, obviously, first thing is take off his two weapons, and then we gotta try to stand him up straight, and then take his arms, kind of do the whole T-pose thing like that. You want to lift up his arms a little bit so you can get into the, and I need to unlock focus. There we go. So I can autofocus. So he has his little Raptor arms, kind of. There is like this little peg here that goes into this hole. You just want to unpeg there and then try and get them out, and back here just out of the way. Same thing on this side. Try and unpeg the claws from there and try to get them out. There we go. There we go. And there's also a peg here that pegs into the bottom of the hand there. So there, now we got the arms out. From here, I believe I've only transformed this guy once so far. So I think we put his arms like that. Yes. And then, yes, okay. Lift up his arms, and then we take these side pieces. There's actually two pieces to this, so you want to try and take them out together. Pull them up, rotate this piece around, and there is that peg that'll go into that slot there. So you just want to kind of try and get them in there if you can. There we go. And do the same thing on this side. Try and not scratch his dino head. Then push that in there and focus. Come on. Like that. And then I think there's a certain way. Yeah, I think we just push his arms down like that. And down like that. I don't think these need to be perfectly lined up, as long as, yeah, they just go in there like that. If you guys saw that, I'm not sure. Keep looking at the figure in real life and not through my phone's screen, which I should be doing. So there we go. Now we have this awful looks like something Hasbro's photographers would transform him into. So now I think we can free this tail piece from the back. Just move that up like that, and then we want to go in here and then unpeg his Raptor head from there. We can then take his Raptor head, and it is very stiff. Like, his head wants to come up that way, but the whole jaw is like very stiff. So there we go. Now you want to take this piece, rotate him around like that, so that now this gray matches up with that gray. We can get his arms, little Raptor arms, up like that. And then, let's see, what's the best way to do this, because I do have problems with this part. We can take his head, and it's on this thing here, and we want to, because there is this kind of angled pieces here, you want to have his head tilted back in order to pass through those. If you have his head forward, they collide with those and you can't get it through. So just have it tilted back and have it go up like this. Then put this down, and then carefully as you can, try and peg that in like that. So that is the butt of his tail. Then you can take these legs, and this is where I have the most trouble. Push his knee the wrong way like that, and you can collapse his feet. Same on this side, collapse his feet. Push his knee joint that way, and there's this hole that's going to go into that tab. And if I can, and you also want to have, make sure you have his legs like perfectly lined straight, otherwise this is not going to work. So there we go. I'm not sure if I caught it on camera. We'll try on this side. And then I think this one might need to be turned just a tiny bit. There we go. Oh, and his ankles also need to be as much that way as you can. Oh, God. There we go. Okay, so now I think it's in. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we do that, we want to take his lower leg parts and just unfold them like that. Now we can peg these, because these are going to rest in there, and these should peg back in there without too much trouble. Yes. Okay. So now we kind of want to hold this like this, and then there is these slots here that are going to peg into these pegs here, hopefully. So you can kind of see they're going in there, but the tricky thing about this transformation here is we have to get these pegs here that are on the feet all the way up in past here, and he has this huge block here, and I thought maybe there's like a trick to do it, but no, you really just have to like try and force it, which is very scary. And I really don't like this part of the transformation. There we go, that's one leg. You could see it maybe. All the while you have to try and, there we go, okay. So that was a little easier. Everything's still pegged in place. Yep, looks like it. Yep, okay. So now you can fold his legs down, turn his Raptor feet that way, and okay. You can stand him up. Why is he like standing crooked? Do you not? Oh, we don't have his toe thing all the way down, and this thing is not pegged in properly. There we go, that's good. This side needs a little adjustment. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right, now he looks more balanced. I'm gonna push him back here because I haven't know where the camera can't go any further back. And you just simply stick his tail weapon in there and you close it up. One really annoying part, which I don't know why they designed it like this, his tail, if we can zoom in on here, his tail has these two pegs on either side here that actually peg into the sword itself. Why they didn't just make, like they could have just done more. See, like they have two holes here and two pegs here. Why did they need to have the sword actually peg into the tail like that? Because I have my issues with this. If you can see this, I do not like this, and I'll get to that in a minute. So then all we have to do, and there is like this little notch here, which this little tab is going to go into, and there we go. He's all plugged in, and there we have Dinobot in his Raptor mode. I must say, it's a decent Raptor mode. I mean, it's alright. It doesn't exactly scream Dinobot to me. And I do have a big issue with these, like, claws, especially, like, mainly just how they have them angled at this, like, right angle for some reason. I know it's so that you can get them into the torso, but, like, couldn't they put, like, a little hinge or something here? or, you know, not have them go into his torso. I know that makes his robot mode a little cleaner, but I'll get to some options after that. So in this mode, you can obviously open his mouth, if it'll focus. And one thing that I didn't notice until I watched somebody else's review of this is that he's missing his like front teeth. So like he looks like a kid that just got back from the dentist or something. But yeah, that is kind of weird that they left out his front teeth. I don't know if it's for some weird safety thing or what. But yeah, otherwise, as far as articulation, his arms can, you know, like go out, turn. He does have an elbow, and he does have kind of a wrist, but it's just kind of like, Yeah, I'm not impressed with these Raptor claws. They can't really, you can do, you can do R. What was that thing from the end of Buffy and stuff? His legs are kind of like, you can't like turn them at the thigh here just because of the transformation. You can like open them up if you want, so you can have them like do the splits and there if you want. But mainly it's just like a little bit back and forth here, and he does have retain his ankle or hand, what will be his hands in robot mode. But yeah, that's his Raptor mode. And for comparison, I wanted to find, I think I mentioned I don't have the Masterpiece one, and I wanted to find my original and my Henkei, but all I could find was Hasbro's previous attempt at a Dinobot, which is the Universe one from 2009. This toy is over 10 years old. I just realized, and that made me feel really old when I found that out, because it feels like this only came out a few years ago, but it's been over a decade now. He actually has kind of slightly more articulation. Like he does have, if you unpeg that there, he does have, like, you guys can see, you know, ankle, knee, and thigh articulation. He does have, I'm not sure whose hands are worse, like these little rubbery things on him or these things on him. But yeah, there you go. That is Universe Dinobot. If you can stand, and please get in focus. Please get in focus. There we go. So yeah, that is the new Dinobot with the old Dinobot. I think definitely improvements in some areas as far as the Raptor mode goes. But yeah, that is him. Take you away. Oh yeah, another complaint I have is I wish you could turn his head. If I keep it in camera, I wish you could like turn his head like this way, but there's no articulation. You can, I think, have it angled down a little bit, but that's about it. All right, so let's get back to robot mode and talk about that stuff. Oh, before we do that, it was pointed out that these little chesticle, I don't know why I did that. These things are not accurate to at least the Beast Wars show. He will probably look like this in Kingdom because they based all the Kingdom models off the toys. But although we already saw Dinobot in Kingdom. Let me put this guy to the side, and I'll put up a little video of him in Kingdom here, and you guys can compare for yourself. I can't compare because this is in the past, and you guys will be seeing this in the future after I've done all the editing. So, yeah, that's your comparison. Let's get on to the robot mode now. So, going back to robot mode, we want to make him do the splits like that. And we want to carefully unpeg his feet from here. Ooh, that did not sound good. I hate that. I don't think I'll be transforming him into... Okay, that was a little easier. So maybe rotate the foot as you're putting it up. Alright, so now, just straighten out the feet. we can collapse, if I keep him in view, collapse these. He's a little bit of a mess as you're transforming him. And I just noticed there's all these tech details that you are not going to see really when you're only going to see these as you're transforming him. So there you go. So then flip out the little heel thing, and these are very tight on him. Flip out this one. Oh, this one's even more tight. Ow, and it's poking me in the finger. And, okay, so we have that. We can get his little raptor arms out of the way, rotate his waist back this way, and we want to fold his dino head in like that until it like has some give to it. And then, we want to also take off, did not like that. Do we accidentally scratch his face? Not yet. All right, so then if we can keep him in the camera view. Okay, so, you know what? That's why I can't keep him in the camera view, because we got to move it back up. That's why. All right, there we go. So now we want to move the arms out of the way, because we're going to come. I got to remember to look the other way through the camera lens. All right, so we can push that down like that. Then peg this peg back into the back of his dino head. That just goes in easily. There's no snap. There is a snap there as you're pushing that down. And then there is actually, if I can get it, there's these holes that go into the tabs here. Again, this is a weird part where you kind of have to flex the plastic a little bit in order to get these in properly. So it will go in. There we go. There. So that's annoying. Now, we want to free up his arms from these parts. And yeah, I think we just push these down. Yep. Just as simple as pushing these down as far as they'll go. And do the same on this side. Lift up his arm. Rotate this piece so it covers his dino eye, his real dino eye, with a fake dino eye. And yep, that looks all good. And then, well, we'll do that after. We'll take his arms, rotate him around like that, and then just basically straighten him out. Put him however you like. Do like that, and like that. If that was in camera, because I keep forgetting to look through the lens. And then just adjust his legs as you wish. And there, we basically have him in robot mode. Tilt his head up a little bit so you can see you. But, so these arms. Again, I don't have a problem. Like, I kind of like having them like this. Like if we just have them curl up over his shoulder like that. Like, I know that's not accurate to the show, but that is not a bad look. I mean, they could have easily have done that. And, I mean, you still would have needed like a hinge here or something. But, I mean, that's not a bad look. But we will go with the official transformation. So again, just lift up his arms. And then you basically just scrunch him up. Make sure the peg, the tab, if it'll focus, try and peg the tab into here. And then, there we go. And then kind of scrunch. You got lifted it up a tiny bit and then peg it in there. And same on this side. There we go, that pegged in. And then kind of lift this chest piece up a tiny bit as you try and wiggle his. There we go. Hopefully you got that in shot. All right. Okay, so there we go. There is Dinobot in his official robot mode. So I adjust the camera. There, now you can see him in full view. Oh, and we can also take his weapon, if we can unpeg it from the sword. Again, this is very scary because this is very thin plastic, and you kind of have to force them apart. Again, I don't know why. Was that even on camera? I don't know. I don't know why Hasbro did it that way. So you can take his hand, if we can open up his claw like that, and then peg in his weapon here, his spinny sword, which does not spin, and take the other one, which does have, I wonder, can you actually, no, you cannot even recreate like the toy look by pegging it in that way, because it will not go in that way because of this stupid little peg here for some reason. Which I don't know, like, why couldn't, I don't know. So many questionable, yeah. See, it does not, you can zoom in. It cannot go in that way. It just does not fit. You have to put it in kind of the proper way. Like that. And then close its fist around it. And there we have Dinobot. Kingdom Dinobot with his weaponry. And again, for comparison, we can bring in the old Universe 2.0. I wanted to say 1.0. That was a different line. 2.0 was this one. Again, here, robot mode, it really shines how much of a massive improvement it is on the old Universe one. But again, like his sword or his shield weapon, it does look better. It is a little bit more accurate, but it is like this tiny little thin thing. I wish it was more thick like the original. And let's articulate his heels a little bit so he can stand more properly. Again, this one was, even with like this extra third piece that split off, is somehow, I wanted to say it seems like almost the same thickness as this new one. And of course, he has a similarly unfortunately colored sword, which could look like a lollipop or maybe something else. Him, I do not know why they went with this like purple color, because this definitely looks like something that I cannot say on camera. You maybe know what I'm talking about. Maybe something you might find in your parents' the back of your parents' nightstand or dresser drawer or something like that. But yes, I don't know why. Like even just a normal, simple gray plastic. Like they don't even have to do chrome or whatever. Just do normal gray plastic. It would have been more accurate to the show. But again, this is Kingdom Dinobot, not Beast Wars Studio Series Dinobot or whatever. So I'll take you, so you can say bye. Yeah, here is his robot mode. Again, the articulation is awesome. He has like all this shoulder articulation. He rotates at the shoulder here, rotates at the shoulder here, rotates. He's got like loads of articulation. The only thing he's missing is maybe like a wrist thing like that, so he can hold his sword like more like out like that instead. But yeah, he's got some really good articulation in the arms. He does have some great articulation in the legs like that. His feet can go back, can't really go forward too much, and they can go this way to the side. That's their extent there. There's no this way. I feel like if they could turn this way even just a tiny bit, it would make transforming him into Raptor mode way easier. But yeah, it's got, you know, waist articulation and that head. Can we get a good close-up on that head? Because this is an amazing looking head though. I think there is already a tiny little imperfection, if you can see on his chin there. I don't know if that's from the transformation or not, and a little bit on his lip. But this is an awesome looking Dinobot head. So, he's not quite Masterpiece. I wish I did have the Masterpiece for comparison, but he is very expensive. But, yeah. He is super tight at the hips, though. So, makes trying to get him into a quick action pose like this very difficult. But yeah, that is Kingdom Dinobot. I would say he's definitely worth picking up if you're a Beast Wars fan, or if, you know, you like Dinobots, if you like the new Kingdom series, whatever. He's just an awesome toy. Like, he's definitely going on my Beast Wars shelf with the rest of the Maximals and Predacons. Oh, one thing before I forget. Alright, so he may not come with the golden discs, but I do have, and this is from Unicron.com, and this might be one of the oldest third-party kits around. And it is still sealed, but not for long. So, we take our scissors here and painfully cut this open. I think we can free okay, that was really loud. There is also, come on. There is also, this was, if I can focus, this is the disc reader thing that Megatron had in Beast Wars. I would not attempt putting this on Megatron right now, because he's probably very brittle, because that toy was unfortunately very prone to GPS. But here we have, we focus, the two golden discs, Sounds of Earth and the alien disc. So we'll see if he can hold them. We take out his weapons here, this one here. We can see if we can try and recreate that scene. Let's get his hands posed. And here we go. Not sure if I have enough. Wow, okay, that was loud. Let's see if we can try and get him to hold these. Yes, successfully one. And will he hold the other one without dropping the first one? Okay. That is too much loud for this early in the morning. I think I can just about make him hold them. Yes, successful. Okay. So before he drops them again, there we go. We can have Dinobot kind of hold them. He does not hold them tightly at all. They're just sitting on his fists or sitting in his hands. But there we go. We can have Dinobot try and recreate the whole golden disc scene from Beast Wars. So there you go. That is Kingdom Dinobot. And I'm going to have to go edit this now because this has been going on for a long time and my throat is starting to go. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next video review.